No, he's not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, 124. Yeah, it's gonna be enough.
Who are the speakers? Hey.
Hi, Robert.
Oh, thank you. With this one, I got another one.
Yeah, it's critical for me. We can start in that room.
Because you put it under the instead of
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm using all I did.
So like this would be actually that's what I felt. I went out and walked. If you're wearing down, that would be fine. That's what see, like for work.
Is Jeff coming?
I don't think so.
Is Barbara coming? After this, where will you go? I need to go with someone to Grand Central.
I think a lot of people, volunteers, will have to do wherever they want to, but most of us are going back to Penn Station because we're all staying in New Jersey.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So how do you go to Penn Station?
Just for one train downtown. Yeah. So just walk to the subway or take a cab.
Where's the subway?
That's a circle.
So it's like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll walk with you because I can take 1 up to 42 and then take the crosstown shuttle.
Yeah, take the S.
Huh?
Yeah, the S. The shuttle is called the S. Yeah.
So, you know, so the Orlando Church is very involved in this.
there good things to eat?
Yeah, there'll be hors d'oeuvres in the back there.
But it's nothing.
So far, nothing.
But there are lots of things to eat. 1, 2,
They're still
3,
pulling it out.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Right, but I actually had two international experiences. The other one, my consulting was just talking about South Africa. The one that I'm here for the building fellowship, just as an advisor, so it's not something that, you know, students could, the other one, however, was through the government, but it's just the government, started a graduate internship. So I was in Fordham graduate student, and I applied to that, and I was there. So I've also seen a little bit of that. Oh, did I mention that? No. Oh, I kind of. That was also interesting. So I mean, I know a lot of professors are, they grow kind of in general. There's a lot of programs. Fordham, I didn't know. I happened to know about. Through just other people, and actually people that I met while I was in fellowship. So a lot of stuff as I applied to it was kind of randomly. Yeah. I've actually done a panel here.
I don't know if that they're head now?
Tonight?
Now to DC
Is it Mission Republic?
yeah.
It's this long immigration thing I have to get through.
Oh really?
Trying to get through faster. It's a new change in the law that wasn't there before when I was there, so it's taken forever.
That's interesting.
Robert's there. And Rob is here. Rob is here. Ultra's here. Lord knows who is here.
Are you staying for a year?
Where are you going to?
The Dominican Republic. If I could get there.
Do you have any idea how long it'll take to navigate the immigration stuff?
No, because Dominicans have no conception of time. So they say, after you get all the paperwork together and send it to us, it takes 2 weeks. But I don't know if that's American time or Dominican time. 2 weeks can be 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months.
They might be waiting.
That's right on my kitchen table when I go home tonight.
My bosses are social. I said my bosses were social. No, they were
Have that. Good.
It has. It's been a long day.
We got mostly garden work. They still
Yep.
students.
Stuff like that didn't bother me. That's where I realized I'm getting old. I'm tired.
I'll trade your age for my age.
So I think we're going to do this thing afterwards.
Who's that shipping?
Oh, we're doing
That manages the whole inventory.
The woman?
Pretty sharp gal.
Or just the legs?
Yeah, I get that.
You tell she runs a tight ship. Yeah.
I work for
They're all athletic.
Hey,
I don't know. How old are you? That's old.
como sempre. Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I can see that. I didn't realize how big the city was. I had no idea. I've been here. Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Hello.
It's just
How are
we're
you?
driving past Center and Mount Center.
Good to see you, Barbara.
How you doing?
Good, good.
There's someone from the Philippines who, have you met them? Yes, you
Car.
Anyway, we specifically asking about you. And I don't think you'd ever met you.
Is he a Filipino?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't you volunteer?
He's out
Yeah, I
running
think you
around.
communicated over social media at some point and tried to email to him. He's out for a walk.
Good. On Monday, I'll be back.
Say a prayer. Say.
Yeah. Sure. I want some diet coke after this.
You will get to it.
You know, I'm so looking forward to it. I am. There's so, every time I do there's a lot of time efficiency. It's going to be nice not to have or multi-processing. I was born there, and I can tell you, I get frustrated.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe time for you. Maybe with the brothers. Minimum 2 or 4.
Time is different in the third world.
It's a different concept.
Who's the woman in the pink? You ready for food now? Yeah. It doesn't look like the
I mean, I see the.
do anything
I see the
imminently.
idea.
The idea. There's an idea of food.
The
Yes.
idea.
Not the reality yet. Call my wife. I'm busy. Okay. I'm eating. Okay. The little island. Like my kids. My kids call me and say, top up my phone. So I top up my phone, their phone.
To add credit to mobile. You know how you top up with the scratch cards?
No, nothing.
The phone in Africa?
What? Oh, in Africa.
Yeah, that's what he said. But for NDR.
Yeah. And then they don't call me. They used to call anybody else, but they don't call me.
Yeah.
So I'm on stroke.
So how many calls have you had?
So,
Oh, you should.
stuff here, stay right there.
So they haven't called you yet to ask for more printed?
Now, what that oftentimes means is they've so wound down that they can't make calls.
So they can't call you because they have nothing.
Exactly.
Hilarious. Yeah, that's a good way to let them sort of be like, yeah. Yeah.
And then eventually they'll borrow enough money
To call you to ask for it.
to message me.
Yeah.
So I'll call them and find out they don't have any money to need some more. And then I'll say, well, but you didn't call me, so I don't know where all the money went, but I didn't know that you called me. So maybe you should ask for the money from the people you're calling.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Wherever you call, ask for it.
Yeah.
And we get more people in the panel than in the audience.
They might be sitting in the audience right now, the panelists. They're true panelists.
And there was a World's Fair in Hanover, Germany, Millennium World's Fair. And they had a whole series of presentations on health and international disasters. I was asked to be part of one of the disaster response. And I found out people from WHO and the Health Organization, I put these panel together. It was 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
It was 12 people.
Better than none. Better than none.
They paid our way over there, so I could.
Yeah. Wow. Well, people, I mean, some of our volunteers, I think, are still walking. And students probably.
I asked Ann how many he thought would show up. He said, at the most, maybe 50. I don't know what to expect. So.
Yeah, me either.
Are y'all tired?
When people ask me how am I getting back, I say I'm going with her. I'm going with her. I have no idea how to get back.
So there's
It's like a 10 minute, yeah, there's a 10-minute ride.
I've never really had it. I was thinking away. Tomorrow will be another pretty day, so it's been kind of away from the ocean. Yeah, this is probably a good one.
Now, that area is...
Come on.
Yeah, this week. To walk, and that was like 2 hours ago. Yeah. I think within my kitchen is
I just sent 2 things of work. 2 I still have 2 to go. Always folded. Yeah. One's a bit long, so I'm going to cut it over to 6.
But I'll see it for a long time.
She's a
This is one of my volunteers. Father Chanella is our chaplain. and a member of our board.
You're the one who writes the prayers.
Reflections, right.
I just sent her 2 of them. I have 2 to go for October, whatever it is. Yeah, but he's been thinking ahead and praying a little bit too. Love us to pray. I do, but it's work, you know. You have to think ahead and look at the scripture and some connections and find the prayer or make up a prayer. Usually I find them in books for the most part. I have a book, but I should get some money from CMMB for these books that I bought. There's 1 or 2 that are, well, there's the Anglican book, and then the Universal one, and then William Barton writes very nice prayers. Are you coming or going? As a volunteer?
Going again.
Okay, good. Yes, to where? With her.
The Dominican Republic.
Okay. I go uptown on Sundays to a parish, St. Jude Parish, 204th Street. I had Mass there 2 days ago with children for the most part. Whose English is much better than my Spanish. So it's kind of fun. I enjoy it. I try to give them a little bit of kid stuff or whatever. Get them singing. Yeah, this parish is heavily, yes. Yeah. A mixture of heavily Dominican.
No, the Dominican Republic is 95% Catholic, but most people don't go to church. The percentage? No, that's a large percentage.
No, it's like everyone says, all these Christian churches in England and nobody ever goes to it.
Some people made it. Oh, some of the walkers
One of our guys in our house teaches up for the Union Theological Seminary. I took 1 class there years ago, so I would know it.
It's nice just to hear what our volunteers do. I love that.
He teaches.
Where did you live before you were volunteering?
Let's see. Before I first volunteered, I was in West Virginia. Various places. I don't call anything home at this point.
Really? What places really were you?
Affinities? Yeah, but still nothing really is a home.
Yeah, so 2 people are here of the walkers.
Where are the others?
Obama was passing by, so some pieces
And he's going to be on the Letterman show tonight.
Is it?
President Obama.
Oh, really? Oh, so he's in New York.
Yeah, he's in New York.
That's a big reason. I said once I got my Chicago degree, never again will I take your class for credit.
2 weeks ago,
Yes. Well,
my husband
yes,
was
reading
taking
does
a
that a
taxi
bit.
and also practically all the way across town. An hour and a half of what should have taken us to do. Because of all the roads could be closed.
We used to have all parties at college.
Yeah.
Church Center. A friend of mine works for
A lot of my kids wear their hair that way. It's pretty well for them. No, but in the Dominican Republic, what they do with all the kids is that they put oil in and they braid it and they put bolitas. Hurts. listed, and then when they get a little bit older, they can make their own decisions. Usually they'll do this, or then they start straightening it, make it absolutely straight. But everybody's for 50 hair. It's this endless process. 4 hours a week goes into straightening hair.
I guess you could be, if you grow up and used to that.
What's that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I just want to make sure that this is.
He's starting in school, secondary school, this very week. Actually, it's allowed to start in school.
Good evening. So first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Richard Galantino, and I'm the director of the Medical Volunteer Program for Catholic Medical Mission Board. And I'm just going to introduce the group here we have tonight. But first of all, I don't know if anybody, A, got caught in the storm out there yet, or B, do people know who the special guest is that's around town? Okay, so President Obama just wanted to say hello. He was going to come tonight, but he has to get prepared for David Letterman to play the song. But I just wanted to say we're really happy that the Institute for International Humanitarian Affairs is co-sponsoring this event with Catholic Medical Mission Board on this 100th anniversary year of Catholic Medical Mission Board. And we felt it was Fordham was a great place to have this event because of the rich Jesuit tradition, which really celebrates volunteer service for the last couple centuries. And so we thought it would be great to have, as we look forward to our next century of activities in international development, sort of invite some students who are the next generation of volunteers in the world and future development workers. So without further ado, I'm just going to introduce our panel. First to my right is Chris Gunty. Chris is the managing editor of the Catholic Review in Baltimore and has overseen many international correspondence for Catholic newspapers around the country. To his right is Laura Schenevert. Laura, oh, I'm sorry. Tara, she looks a little like Laura. But Tara Flynn. Tara is comes to us, she's a Fordham alum and also a member of Pfizer. And so she was a Pfizer fellow. So she was a volunteer for, was it 6 months? 6 months in Tanzania on a water project that she'll share about for Pfizer. So she's a great example of a Fordham alum who then went into corporate America, but still found a way to contribute through a volunteer effort through a social responsibility program that Pfizer sponsors. Next to Tara is Claire Mwangi, and Claire is a student here at Fordham in the MBA program, and she's from Zambia, and we thought it was especially important to have at least one student on the panel tonight, and also Claire brings the perspective of a Zambian woman, so I thought that was an important perspective of having somebody from an international country on this panel of people talking about volunteerism. Next to Claire is Scott Stewart. Scott is an RN working here in New York with Veteran Affairs. And Scott was a volunteer for Catholic Medical Mission Board a couple years ago in Swaziland, managing a home-based care program outside of Good Shepherd Hospital in Swaziland. Next to Scott is Laura Schenevert. Laura is a physician assistant here in New York. She was also an alum of Catholic Medical Mission Board, and she was in the Nuba Mountains in Sudan, a conflict area, and was actually evacuated out of the Sudan, but still has a heart for international development. And recently, she just started classes. She's also a student at Columbia, and I'm sorry, NYU, in their Masters in Public Health program. Next to Laura is Amber Walker. Amber, also a CMMB volunteer alum, and Amber was a volunteer in Peru and is a physician assistant. And Amber also comes from a Jesuit university, comes from Regis University, and was able to make a partnership between Regis and the program in Peru. Next to Amber is Jimmy Pardo. And Jimmy is a doctor out in California, was a CMMB volunteer for 2.5 years in Kenya, in Kurungu, Kenya, and also some other facilities outside of Nairobi. And lastly, we have a co-moderator tonight who represents the Institute of International Humanitarian Affairs, and that's Professor Alex Van Tolken. And Alex, this is his second year actually connected to CMMB, so last year he presented to all of our volunteers during their annual orientation. So Alex, welcome. And so without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Chris Gunty to ask the first couple questions. And note that there will be some time at the end for you to ask questions to the panelists. And we also are going to have food at 7 o'clock. So certainly welcome to all the Fordham students, CMMB friends and family, and other alums of our program. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. It's a real honor and privilege to be here tonight. I appreciate your inviting me. I'd like to start with the panelists and just talk a little bit about your motivation for why you did such a thing. Years ago, I read something. It was a paraphrase of Paul's letter to Timothy. And Timothy wrote, and he said, "Why did you send me to this hellhole? It's a cesspool. It's terrible. There's just nothing's going on right here." And Paul writes back. This is obviously a paraphrase. He writes back and says, "Look, if there weren't problems there, they wouldn't need you." So shut up and get to work. I never promised you a rose garden. But one wonders why somebody would leave here and decide to jump into a situation that is completely foreign. Not just foreign because the country is different, but foreign because the culture and everything else is different to them, and go there and do that work. So panelists, where did that motivation come from? What made you want to volunteer and do this?
I guess I'll start.
You need to speak right into the microphone, otherwise
Okay.
they're not
Can
going
you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I was motivated to volunteer because I really wanted to get some global experience. I was always kind of a big traveler growing up. That probably had something to do with the fact that my mom was a flight attendant, but I never got much experience on